Pete Diamond here in Jacksonville, Florida, and today's project is going to be upgrading the dismally bad headlights to some aftermarket LED ones. So let's get into that. So these are the ones that I went with, the HW Star LED headlights. Now these are a direct replacement for any seal beam headlights. So these will fit in some of the Jeep models, GMC trucks, vans. Now I have a Ford E250 work van, and currently these are on Amazon for $89.99, so $90, and there's also a 10% coupon off, so that's about like 80 bucks, and you get a set of these. Very well made. This is all metal. The front cover is some kind of plastic material, and they're a direct plug-in replacement. Now there are a couple of different ways that you can plug this in, but if your wiring harness is designed to plug straight into the back of one of these seal beam units, then it's just as easy as plugging that in. But you'll see there's two more wires here on this, a yellow and a white one. So let's look at that. It also does come with an adapter, so you can plug that into there, then that gives you 3 spades. So depending on what your configuration is. Now for my Ford E250, this is a straight plug and play. That just plugs straight into the wiring harness. But they do give you the option, if you can see down here, this shape here, they give you an option for having a side marker light, like daytime running lights, as well as turn signal, and that's what those 2 extra wires are for. So if we look at the instructions, it's got light modes. So it's saying that the yellow wire is for the turn signal, you can see that here. The white wire is for daytime running lights, and then you've got your high beam, low beam. Pretty straightforward installation. So I've already shot some video at driving at night with the existing lights in it, so I'll put that into the video at some point. We'll be able to do a side-by-side comparison. The other reason I went with these particular ones is right now they've got almost 6,000 reviews, and it's like 4.7, 4.8 stars on Amazon. So seems to be a very good option if you're wanting to do a headlight upgrade. So that's what I'm going to put in. So again, mine's a Ford E250, and on my vehicle there are 2 10mm fasteners on the top, and then up under here there are 2 7mm fasteners, and you've got to get those out to get the cover off. And with the bolts out, it's just a question of wrestling this out of place, and then you just gotta disconnect the plug. There's a wiring harness for the side marker light, and one for your turn signal, and then we'll get to the headlights here in a minute. It's actually easier just to twist out the bulb sockets and remove this housing in one piece. So we'll just set that aside, and now we can get to the headlight. So the next step is going to be to remove this headlight. This is what retains the unit in the housing. Now you'll notice there's a screw here and there's one on the side. You do not want to mess with those. Those are what change the angle and direction of the headlight unit itself. All you want to do is just remove these 4 screws. There's 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. This ring will come out and that'll free up the headlight assembly. And it might be corroded. For whatever reason on my van, I've owned this van for over 10 years now, and it's always the passenger side one that needs to be replaced. So this one here is still the original one. So I've no idea why I've had to replace the passenger side one 2 or 3 times, and this one I've yet to replace it at all. But anyway, here we are. So do those. And of course you're going to drop a screw when you do that. And now the headlight comes out, and you can just unplug it. And there you see, that's the 3 pins on the back of the harness, and that's the old unit. So if you're just going to do a straight swap, then you're pretty much done right here. You would just plug this into the existing wiring harness and you're good to go. But I'd like to see what the turn signal and running lights look like on this. I mean, why not? It comes with it. So on my van, again, this is a 4D250 2011 model. There are 3 wires going into this dual filament bulb, and this bulb is the daytime running lights and turn signal bulb. So there are 3 wires. You've got a black and white, which is obviously the ground, and then you've got a purple and a blue. And if you look over here, this is the side marker lamp, which is also daytime running, and it has purple and black and white. So that tells me that the purple wire here is going to be daytime running, and the blue is going to be the turn signal. So what I need to do is to tap into both of these wires and then connect them to the appropriate spade connectors, and that will then give me turn signal and daytime running lights for the new unit. Now what I'm going to use is crimp and seal connectors. So I'm going to use these to cut the existing wire and splice it and run out a fresh piece of wire that's then connected to the heat and seal crimp connector that's going to plug into the wiring harness on the back of the LED. Now I'm not going to do any of that on camera. I'll just come back with the finished result, because this is YouTube and electrical wiring on a vehicle, and no matter what you do, you're doing it wrong. But I will come back with the finished result in a minute. Okay, so off camera I spliced into those 2 wires, and now what I have is a white and yellow pigtail that I can then feed down the back and connect into the plug on the back of the light. So that's all put back together again. Easy peasy. So now I just tape that all up, because what I intend to do is feed that back round behind and bring it out here next to the main plug so that it'll all connect to the back of the new light. So let me fish that through and I'll come right back. So here it is all connected. So I've got the yellow to yellow, white to white, spade connectors plugged in, and I just taped it up just to make sure they don't ever come out. And then the plug from the new light into the wiring harness, and that should be it. So we should be able to go test it, see if it's doing what it's supposed to do. Perfect. Let's put it back together again. So that's both sides done. Now I'll put the turn signal on. So it's kind of out of sync, but I don't care. That'll work for me. And the same on the other side. So again, if you want to, you can just hook up just the headlight by itself. You don't have to have these turn signals or daytime running lights on, but easy peasy. I mean, if you're going to do it without wiring in those, I mean, it'll take you 15 minutes just to swap the headlights out. And then what I'll do is later tonight, after it gets dark, I'll go for a drive and show the after. I've already took some video of what the lights looked like before, but I will take some after and show you what the difference is. Diamond, Jacksonville, Florida. Thanks for watching.